outside of the school. It did not occur inside the school. We have a very strong law enforcement partnership, and there's a very close partnership between the Buffalo Police and the Buffalo Public Schools, enabling our D District Police Station and other law enforcement agencies to respond very quickly. I want to thank the FBI, I want to thank the New York State Police, county agencies, and others that have been part of this response. To provide more detail on conditions and response, we will have Deputy Police Commissioner Joseph Gamalia be the last speaker. Now I want to turn things over to Dr. Carter Cash, Superintendent of Buffalo Public Schools.
Thank you, Mayor Brown. And first of all, colleagues, let me say that our thoughts and prayers are with our victims this evening. We certainly are praying for them alongside the families that are here with their students waiting to receive their students. There are still maybe over 100 students here who are on lockdown, and the parents are waiting over here to my left to receive them. So we just want to extend our consideration and appreciation for their patience. We will say also that we really appreciate the partnership that we have with the Buffalo City of Buffalo, and the Buffalo Police Department. They have been excellent all year long as our partners, particularly the officers that are with us every day, Chief Aaron Young and Lieutenant Craig. They are just with us on the scene whenever we have incidents in school. Certainly nothing this year has risen to the level that we see here today. We will also want to say that we communicated as soon as we could with our parents, because this happened at an awkward time of day. It was at the dismissal time, and it was at a time when we were still gathering information about what happened. A lot of misinformation, and I needed to make sure what was accurate, and the mayor and I were in close correspondence from about 3:20, 3:30, all the way until we came to this press conference. Next, from my angle and standpoint, the board, I've informed, and that what I will do with my staff, I've already directed them, is we are going to reset McKinley in a phased approach. Certainly for the next 3 days, they will be on remote learning, and that has already occurred. The communications have gone out. At that time, we will be talking with students, with teachers, with all staff, and certainly guiding and directing and preparing our administrators for the next steps. There has been a plan in place for some time with McKinley, because we've had bumps here much of the year. So that's the first part. If, after looking at the detail of this plan, which my executive team is working right now, it becomes necessary to extend the period of reset, then it could be in a day or two that I say that McKinley will not reopen in person until the 28th of February. So there's a possibility that on the 21st, that's the first phase, that I'd like to have us back if all the conditions warrant that. If not, we will continue to reset, continue to make sure our plan works for all of the students, and then we'll bring them back in phases on the 28th. Please be assured that we are doing everything we can to continue to keep all of our schools safe, and we will have McKinley back very shortly at its very best. We certainly want to pray for the young man that is in the hospital right now. We're particularly concerned about his condition, and we are on constant alert right now to hear how he's faring.
We'll take questions at the end. We're going to go now to Special Agent in charge of the FBI, Steve Belongia.
I'm Steve Belongia, Special Agent in charge of the FBI office here in Buffalo. First and foremost, I'd like to echo the sentiments of the superintendent, and my thoughts and prayers are with the injured student and the injured security guard. My thoughts are also with the other students the administration, and the parents who are also going to be traumatized by this incident. The role of the FBI in this incident is to provide support to the Buffalo Police Department as they lead this investigation. And I've pledged the Commissioner and the Deputy Commissioner all available resources of the FBI office here in Buffalo. Whatever he needs, whether it's investigative, tactical, intelligence, or evidence response, I've made available to the Buffalo Police Department. Just to be clear, there's no ongoing threat at the school currently, and that has been resolved. With that, I'll turn it over to Mr. Romano.
The only update I have at this time is the student is still in surgery. That is still ongoing. We have detectives at the hospital. We're monitoring that condition, and the security guard is, as I'm told, is non-life-threatening injuries and is at ECMC. We are aggressively working this case. We have a lot of investigators, a lot of resources, a lot of the federal agencies and the state agencies. Everybody has pitched in, but we have a lot of resources. If anyone has any information, any tips, any witnesses, you can call our confidential tip line, 847-2255. You can call Crime Stoppers. You can call 911. Any way to get information to us. If you know anything about the shooting, if you know who the shooter is, please contact us immediately. Thank you.
Do you have a description of the shooter?
We're not putting one out at this time. Like I said, we're moving aggressively. If we feel the need to get something out, we're going to work this for a bit, and then we'll get something out if we get to that point. But we are, as I said, our investigators are aggressively working this.
Dr. Cash, you mentioned two things. Number one, can you describe how these students are going to be released and how they're going to be reunited with their families? Because obviously there are concerned parents on either side of the scene here.
Yeah, thank you for that question, sir. However, this is a matter that the police department has taken control of the scene because it is a crime scene, so I would defer that question to our commissioner.
So we still have students in the building. We have parents here. We have officers with the parents. To do this as quickly and as safely as possible, like I said before, we don't want everybody coming out at one time. So it is a process. We are doing it under police supervision along with the principal of the school and our school chief. So we have facilitated some of the students out, and we're still working through that process.
Can I also just clarify, the security guard who was